G'day tubes. Well, today's the day I'm going to do the shop tour. I've had quite a few requests for folks that want to see where I spend all my time, and so this is it. We're inside the shop right now, but I'll start outside and then bring you in, and then I'm going to show you on the east side of the garage some storage ideas, and then also what I've done in the shed. So in just a few seconds we'll start the tour. Thanks for watching. Bye. So it's mid-March here, and where I live that means that we still are in the ends of winter. So this is my shed, or excuse me, this is my shop, and it's 26 feet by 26 feet. It looks like an 8-foot walls, but actually when I open the door you'll see that the garage goes down 2 feet, so it's 10-foot ceilings. So now we'll do that now. So walk this way. So I just mopped the floors because this is going to be my last chance to keep the garage clean for a month or two until the mud goes away. So we'll take you to the two entrance doors, which face north. And look at the ice. This happens every year. I've got videos of me trying to clear it, and I've asked my fellow tubers what we can do to get rid of this, but I think Mother Nature's just going to have to do its thing. So here's Mrs. Pender's entrance where she parks her car, and then I bring my truck in on the higher door. You'll see that that door is higher than this one, and I can bring taller units and stuff into this door. So we'll start with the northeast corner. Ladders, a creeper called a bone, trucks for the getting stuff on and off the truck, miscellaneous. There's my pressure washer, and then I've got my portable miter saw, which is permanently mounted to a stand which has wheels, and then my backup compressor, or my little compressor, is there. And then these are all my little wooden ramps because of the stairs coming in, which is over there. I have a 2-foot drop, and then also you'll see there on the gate I need ramps to get into the yard. So this, digging it down 2 feet, is quite a pain in the neck. I've had a few comments on my deer horns, good and bad. This was a six video project on restoring my axes. They were all beat to heck, and I polished them and put new handles on all my axes and picks, and then I put them on display. So on the southeast corner of the garage, this is my small engine parts area. Nothing like some of the guys that do it full time, but I've got belts. This is the Briggs & Stratton lineup, the Tecumseh lineup, fuel hoses, cords, filters, and then on the right side down there is 2-stroke stuff, miscellaneous. And then to continue on that thought, this is air filters, carburetor parts, used carburetors, Tecumseh filters, and Honda stuff back there. And then I keep my my little wire feed welder under here above ground. You'll see it's on 2 stands there in case we get water in here. Excuse me. And this is the savior right there, is my 75,000 BTU overhead furnace. And because I have 10-foot ceilings, I can walk right underneath it without banging my head. Stereo system and a cheap TV. And then my tools. The standard sockets in the top. People who know me say that I'm OCD, but really it's not OCD because the letters don't line up in the alphabet. It should be CDO. etc., etc. So this is one of my homemade devices right here. It's made out of an old communications relay rack. Came from the junk pile at work, and I turned it into a jack press. You'll see there's a jack here. The springs return it back, and then the different dies that I've homemade for 90-degree bends. And then I put it on wheels. And then I also, because it's not used every day, I put my 2 bench grinders on the top, which are removable with wing nuts right there. So that's something I use every day because of the bench grinders. I don't use the jack press every day, but it is handy. So we'll just pull back a bit here. There's my bench. It is 24 inches deep and about 10 feet long, I think. And then my welder's cart on the end. I'll just show you that now. It's along the same lines. It's homemade, just like my jack press. So on here, there's 4 angle grinders mounted on brackets, a good England vise, and then a 1/4 inch top, not painted so the current can flow through the top on electric welding. And then underneath here, this is all of my welding supplies and tools. Rods, clamps, sorry about that, more rods, etc. And then on my pegboards, I've got the tools I use all of the time. Standard wrenches. These are not as expensive, but I like them because they're just a little bit shorter than the average wrench, so that they're easier to use for small engines. And you'll just recognize all the stuff on there. This is kind of the welding side. Welding mask, face shields, angle grinder stuff, drill bits. And then on the top row there, that's my cutoff saw. And Canadians will recognize that yellow and blue stuff up there. That's Princess Auto stuff. Shop vac, saws, drills, drill bits. What am I missing over here? Oh, my little drill press. It's really, really good quality, although it's not that strong. It's one of those ones that they don't make anymore, right? Everybody says that. And then I've got 2 England vices, and they line up with each other. You'll see that vise down there, and this vise here is at the same height and the same distance from the wall. And then all of my portable stuff is at the same height as the benches. You'll see this bench grinder is the same height as this, which is the same height, all my benches, so that if I've got something long, I can bring it out into the work area here and support it on the benches. Alright, and under the bench right here are most of my air tools. You'll see back there, there's a sander and some woodworking stuff. These are the tools I use a lot. 1/2-inch ratchets, 3/8 ratchets, chisels. None of this stuff is expensive, but when something breaks, then I get a better one. So that's how that works. This is my Lawnmower Lift, I call it. It's I have a video I made of that alone. I'll put that on in the comments area. It just sits there. There's the cleanup central. Coveralls, brooms, rags. And then right here by the door is the kind of mini office area, computer, just an old beat up net book there. and water, notes for people coming and going. And in there is some gardening stuff and some office stuff, pens. There's my ladder. Now, one of the better things in here is my suspended storage from the roof. And I've got some some older siding from the house, not used, older siding from the house that was never used in case I have a dent. That kind of thing. Fluorescent lights, you know, everybody's got a fluorescent light somewhere tucked, eh? And so here's my compressor. It's actually a 30-gallon, older 1960s, heavy, but it's on wheels again. And you'll see that everything that I do is on wheels, right? Even my generator is on wheels, so I can pull it out. I don't have to lift it, because I'm not young anymore, although I'm not old. My air hose is on a reel, so that's really nice for cleaning up at the end of the day. You can put everything away. And then this is my stock of miscellaneous stuff, which is really hard to keep clean. Bolts, nuts, rivets, snap rings, turnbuckles, a little bit of plumbing stuff. Right now my chipping stuff is out because of the ice under the garage doors sometimes. And a little filing cabinet, rags, paint stuff. I do heat the garage so I can store the paint out here. So now I'm going to take you out to the side of the garage and just show you some of the storage I've got for iron for welding. Well, this is a little hard to see, but this is a welding storage or metal storage that I've built, and it was designed to get tucked back here between the fence and the garage. And I've got quite a bit of metal, angle iron, square tubing. Oh, and I do store eaves trough stuff. But there is quite a bit of stuff on this rack. It's 6 feet tall, 8 feet wide, and it has 3 supports. One at the outside, in the middle, and at the end. So it'll actually store, pardon me, the lighting is terrible, store quite a bit of stuff. And if you look down on the fence back there, how am I going to do this? Anyway, one of the boards in the fence is just held in with clips, and I can bring in long pieces from the alley through the fence. Sorry about the lighting on this one shot. I was really quite excited about showing this because it's a cool thing. But I'll just back up a little bit for you. You might get a better idea. And there it is. You can see the bracket on the fence down there. Now I'll take you to the shed where I store my small engine parts. Okay, everybody's got to have a shed. This is my shed, catch-all everything shed. So my gardening stuff is in here, all the usual culprits, right? And this is all the small engine parts I allow myself to keep. I've got shelving designed hanging from the ceiling, and I allow myself 2 boxes of Briggs & Stratton stuff, 2 boxes of Tecumseh, 2 boxes of miscellaneous Honda and Weed Whacker, and then a few boxes of miscellaneous parts like cables and pull ropes, rewinds and stuff, and that's it. You know, when the junk just piles up. The lawn furniture will be coming out in another couple of weeks. There's my Honda lawnmower, which actually I developed a running issue with it last fall, so I'm going to be doing a little video on getting that thing tuned up. I think I'm going to have to pull the carburetor and clean that. My John Deere mower deck in the back there. All the necessities like Christmas lights. I know. And I downsized this thing last fall too. Husqvarna Weed Whacker. All of the tools you see that I've got were scrounged for nothing and then repaired. Alright, thanks for watching, tubes. Bye.